Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us here at Victory Worldwide Ministries. I'm Minister Frank Williams, and we are in Lesson 7. As for a whole year, we are going through the Bible, man. I'm telling you, and it's been exciting. I hope you're following us each and every week as we break down Scripture and break down the books and the Torah and everything that we've been talking through with Moses and the children of Israel, how they began, where they are now. And so this week we want to deal with the book of Judges and Ruth. Now, last week, Pastor Wanda gave a very good message on Joshua and how, Moses didn't get into the promised land. We know he was the leader initially, but he got older. He couldn't move as much as he could when he was younger. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so he was 120 years old. He died, and God, raises up Joshua to be the leader who would take them into Israel, which he did. And so now they're in Israel, and at the end of the book of Joshua, Joshua dies. So God has a decision to make, which I'm sure with God, he already had made his decision, but there was no leader. Who's next? And so we go from Joshua, when Joshua dies, to the book of Judges, and we're going to recognize and see, what God had next up for their lives as they have just went into the land that he promised, the land flowing with milk and honey, Canaan, to live out their lives in success and prosperity and to eat good and let the land just flourish. And God had these laws, all the laws, over 600 something laws, which we dealt with in Leviticus, where God began to show them the direction that he wanted them to take, the things that he needed them to do, not to do, dealt with uncleanness, cleanness, moral things. I mean, he just laid it out, over 600 something laws. And so now they're in Canaan, and they're supposed to be living by these laws. And so we're going to pick up in the book of Judges. Now, as I read, I need these glasses for this. As I read the book of Judges, it takes its name, and I hope you have your book. If you have not purchased this book yet, get your book on Amazon. They're only $20. You can follow us. If you haven't gotten it now, you can still go ahead and get it. We got a long way to go. It is just February. We got 10 more months, so come on in here. Get your book so you can follow us. And you can also, it gives you the opportunity to read ahead so you'll be prepared for that next lesson. So the book of Judges, it takes its name from its contents. The people raised up as judges to deliver Israel in a time of declension and disunion after the death of Joshua. So the judges were designed to be deliverers. And you're going to see something. They needed these judges, boy. Its nature, the nature of the book,